Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire with me, Bring It On. Let's take on the next challenge, which by the way they were talking should be the last one. Battle Royale. This year Seeker, Slayer, and Survivor Chosen have shown their merit. The time has come for the three teams to fight for the grand honor of Champion of the Hunt. It's every pack for themselves in this free-for-all battle. In other words, they're all going to attack me. I guarantee that's what's going to happen.
The culling is complete. We have at long last the three strongest packs of this season.
And now they shall fight. The pack that remains will be the champions of the hunt.
For the glory of the Crucible, in the name of Tuanawai, may the strongest, swiftest, smartest pack triumph.
Begin the hunt!
Interesting. The faces of the hunt's words seem to echo within the rising applause from the crowd, the voices melding into one another until the air veritably vibrates with the sound, which is when you realize the pit at your feet is actually vibrating. The band of the bear rests comforting hands on their animals as they look to either side for the next threat. The steady vibration escalates into turbulent trembling, and the Chosen raise their hands to either side, keeping their feet despite the unsteady ground. The center of the arena explodes. A massive column of swirling water rises before you, lifting the middle of the arena high into the air. The water rains down, cascading across the dry stone ground, meeting the rising water at the edges of the fighting pit. The other Chosen shout and gesture, their words stolen by the rush of water. They've come to the same conclusion you have. The arena is flooding. Adair shouts at you, gesturing up into the air. Look, rope. You see a pair of thick, heavy ropes dangling from the edges of the platform. They whip wildly, buffeted by the titanic column of swirling water that holds the center of the arena aloft. The Dragonstalkers shout to one another, then break and trudge towards one of the ropes. Yeah, I need to take care of my team. I'll try to beat them to it. You push against the water, resorting to swimming as it rises to shoulder height. Band of the Bear pursues the second rope, focusing their unwilling animals towards the massive vortex of water. You press after the Dragonstalkers, but they have a head start. Attempt to outswim them. Clawing your way forward through the brine, you outswim your adversaries and achieve the rope first. You can barely make out the other rope through the swirling column. The Band of the Bear struggles with the other rope, trying to determine how to get their bears up it. To strengthen the party, I'm not going to sabotage the bears. Triumph of the Crusaders. The magical blessing settles into your muscles, and they tense up with the contained energy. Climb the rope. As you ascend, your muscles straining against Aora's pull, you hear shouts and splashing below you. The flooded arena splashes and churns around the Dragonstalkers, and an incredibly huge grub rises from the water to face them. You refocus on climbing. It takes minutes of hard effort, but you pull yourself up the rope to the platform above. It's surprisingly stable, and the audience's applause overcomes the roar of the spinning water. The Band of the Bear pulls themselves, and their bears, onto the raised floor and rise to meet you.
Enemies ahead.
Build them. Thousands.
Lava. I did not kindness. They'll speak.
Okay, let's try that again.
Lava. Beyond sick.
That was about as useful as bump on a pickle. Mow it. Easy on it.
Oh, I mean, Soraya, I went straight.
Alright, he's immobilized, but we can dash him over here real quick. Go and blind their leader.
There's our.
Nuh-uh, didn't work.
I feel.
There's a spam afflictions with the dare, or sorry, Aloth, and not a dare.
No.
Try and grind out that rapier that he has.
Easy on it.
This is most unpleasant. How may I help?
Nuh-uh, didn't work. I think that's beyond. Happy to oblige.
Smart, sir.
Yeah. Never you mind that miss. I'll land the next one. I'm fixing to be sick.
That's not very helpful.
Sure.
They'll not get us both.
Mow it. Easy on it.
I'm assuming the other party will ascend to the platform after we're done with this one. There's no way that we're getting out of fighting both of them.
Mow it. Easy.
Of course, she was interrupted again.
On it. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move over here. I'm assuming that they'll climb up this side. Well, no, the rope looks like it's been pulled up behind us.
Blessings be upon you. Happy to oblige. Never you mind that miss. I'll land the next one. What now?
You catch your breath, turning from the fallen bodies of your foes and into the audience's roar. The faces of the hunt's voice joins them, blowing across the arena like thunder. A drake swoops down over the arena, adding its own howling challenge to the cacophonous din. With powerful strokes of its wings, it rises higher before turning directly towards you. It descends, claws readied, fanged maw gaping. Attempt to snare the drake with a grappling hook. That's a watcher-only check. No. Paramagical counterattack. Okay, I guess we don't have one available. Down the ropes, now. You run towards the rope and the drake and hit the ground as the beast swoops down. You skid off the edge of the platform, and for a moment, only a few dozen feet of air exists between you and the hard stone of the flooded arena floor. You've got one hand tight around the rope, and it arrests your flight. You swing back, striking the raging column of water that holds the center of the arena aloft. You hear screaming, and realize that not everyone was so quick on their feet. The crowd cheers. Carefully descend the rope. Tightly gripping the rope, you carefully lower yourself down as the drake sweeps in for another pass. Your muscles tighten as you swing out of the reptile's path, its passage stirring the air around you. Little evidence remains of the dragon stalkers. A handful of disembodied limbs and a pair of armored corpses floating in the clouds of blood. Grubbling snack on the remnants of the slayers chosen. The colossal grub turns its fetid maw towards you. It seems only the forces of nature stand between Donald and the champion's crown, the seeking face says. But can you endure them? The surviving face asks. Or will they eat you alive? The slaying face cries out, its voice almost gleeful. The grubs slither forward. Well, we fought and killed a giant grub before, so I think we'll be okay.
Moeth, Ixi, Honor!
Baru!
Moeth, Ixi, Honor!
Lavaru beyond seek.
Moeth, Ixi, Honor!
Worth and rough.
Ha!
Just keep dropping buffs and debuffs. Only my paladin should be focusing on the giant grub. Or sorry, Grovix of the Deep. A cool name.
Smart. What?
So they're immune to shock damage.
Worth and
Moeth, Ixi, Honor!
great, there's more. So maybe I should just focus on the big guy.
I can't whack him any. Harder.
Moe, Ixie. Honest.
Once he stands back up, we'll cast that again.
Lost.
I'm gonna dare try and finish this guy off. Almost.
Thick worse than rough.
Guess they don't. I figured.
Alright, try to interrupt this guy. Well, let's drop this here. Get some healing out, some damage, and then we'll just have Jody use her arbalist against this guy to try to interrupt him, and that should be all we need to do for the rest of the fight.
Worse than rough.
Nuh-uh, didn't work.
There's a walloping. We won't show him the whip feather yet.
Moe, Ixie. Honest.
Pretend you
We
didn't.
won't show him the whip feather yet.
We're dropping like flies.
Alright, down he goes, but we defeated the big guy.
Take him down.
Moe, Ixie. Honest.
Gonna swap to our lantern and sickle for some more defenses.
Lost the lag.
How's this one go again?
All things worse than raw.
Yeah.
Alright, on to the next.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Hey, watch it with that. Huh?
Ah! All things must come to an end. Even me.
How's that still on cooldown?
Good.
Sweet
Can't
redemption.
disable the wall, so my character can't move.
Huh?
That's a weird sound. Soul energy swirls about you, pressing heavily against your esoteric senses. With a slight exertion of will, you can direct the ambient essence. We'll just keep doing what we've been doing. Channel the soul essence into Moatu, empowering him. As you pour the power into Moatu, your ghostly guide shimmers brightly. He looks at his hands as if seeing them for the first time. You feel a profound sense of gratitude from him.
The hunt concludes. Raise your voices in glory to these, the champions of the hunt!
Donald, Donald, Donald. In tones excited, surprised, and all things in the middle, your name roars from the crowd, echoing from every direction.
When you tire of the adulation, return to the pool of memories. Humaire will see to your coronation.
Congratulations, Watcher. May you defend the title for as long as your strength deserves it.
Let's go rest up first, just in case there is another fight. Who knows, maybe completing the Crucible will unlock a series of other fights we can do as well.
Yeah? What now?
Any friend of cook?
All right.
Caretaker stands before the swirling pool as the waters bubble and shimmer with soul essence. By her side awaits Ngari, shuffling with frenetic anticipation.
Approach, honored champion.
With solemn silence, Himare lifts a helmet styled with spider legs, boar tusks, and Stelgar features. Lips parted in a sharp-toothed smile, she crowns your head with the helm.
By the authority of Tawamawai and the souls of Kazuwari, you are declared the champion of the hunt. From this day forth, you are the envy and the ambition of every contender to come. You are hunter, but also hunted. Yours is the burden and the joy of defending this proud title.
I am honored.
Never thought I'd hear those words.
Constantine stands a bit taller, shoulders straight.
Now, to anoint you in the pool of memories, that the souls of this place may share in your triumph. Clear your mind. Lower your head into the waters and open your eyes to that which the faces choose to show you.
Whisper. This is how I'll speak with the faces. Mari nods, holding your gaze with hers. Anoint yourself in the waters. You kneel before the ancient stone font, and a feeling like static electricity tickles your face. You take a breath and submerge your face into the pool. The surface of the water gives way only reluctantly, the energy playing across it tickling your senses. The tendrils of soul energy before you lick your features, probing your nostrils, ears, eyes, and lips for any point of ingress. They wrap around your head, in soft caress initially, but soon tensing, rigidly grasping and pulling you deeper. Too deep. Interpret the sensation. You recognize the sensation as familiar, the draw of a soul towards Audra. You felt something very similar when you died, and again when you returned to life. Surrender to the pool. Your chest tightens and your blood runs cold, rushing through your ears. Or perhaps it's the flow of the water past you that you hear. Or perhaps you fall ever deeper into the ancient pool. The current's calm. You feel the cold wet against your face and within your ears. Your hands grip rough stone. Your feet rest on solid ground. Warm air stirs the hairs on the back of your neck. You straighten and withdraw your head from the pool. The pool of the pool. Looks like more corrupted Audra.
Nope. This isn't right.
Feels real sticky. Like something breathing on your neck.
I've got it.
The surface of the pool reflects the walls and ceiling of the artifact chamber. The shattered stump of Audra radiates agony.
Enough of that now. It's time. The axe is sharp. She won't feel a thing.
No, please. This one is my friend. There are other sows. Why not slaughter them?
The other sows will be eaten too. If we are to survive the winter, there must be a fat larder and few mouths. Come, enough of this childishness.
Will do.
Each tusk feels as smooth as driftwood. The blood is still wet. Crowned in a stylized boar helm, a starved and sinewy Amoa kneels in quiet contemplation. All manner of scars and burns festoon their arms, and a stringy, unkempt hair dribbles from the collar of their helmet.
You fight with the fury of Tuamawai in all his forms.
Yeah, we're real impressive. So who in Margram's name are you?
I am Uruke, the surviving face. I wish that I could welcome you under better circumstances. I wish to see you return to your proper place. But the other faces conspire against us.
Sorry about your pig.
My pig? Watchers all see the past and present of souls muddled as one. I appreciate the condolence. She was a good friend, but only the first of many I outlived.
Who are you exactly?
I came to this island when I was very young. It was a time of chaos and suffering throughout the Deadfire. I enjoyed the remainder of my life in this inhospitable place. A very long life. All of it spent as nature would will it. Now I am as you see me, the most enduring of the faces of the hunt.
What are the faces of the hunt?
We are talons shared upon one clawed hand. Though possessed of our own names, our own eyes and minds, we have united in purpose.
That don't exactly explain things.
We serve Tuamawai and care for his crucible.
Where am I?
This is Tuamawai's domain. One of the great hunter's many dens in the beyond. Here, the souls of those who fought and died in his honor may rest until the time of need, when Tuamawai will absorb their cunning and feast on their might.
And what about their resilience? Here she's referencing the Seeker and the Slayer.
Though you could not walk there from here, you are, in a fashion, still on Kazuwari. This place exists within and beneath its great statue. From here, we oversee the Crucible games.
How would I return to the here?
Wahami, the Slaying Face, has destroyed the flow of souls. To leave this place, you must subdue him. His desecration must be undone.
Sounds like that answers my next question. Why have you brought me here?
It was not me who lured you here.
They raised a single bony finger in correction.
The others would use you to escape this place. They mistake it for a prison. I would prefer that be prevented.
If the faces got free of their statue, we'd be unleashing a three-headed monster on the Deadfire. But that might bring the bloodshed in the Crucible to an end, too.
You choose on a thick knuckle, looking away. How did the Slaying Face destroy the flow of souls? Haruka points at what at first appeared to be a stalactite and stalagmite of Adra, nearly touching. The chunks of essence-rich stone floating around it leave little doubt this was once a singular pillar.
Wahami shattered the spine of souls. Now, those who perish in the Crucible do not move on to meet the wheel.
Why doesn't Gallowayne step in? Because if we stop the flow of souls, the gods would be weakened. This is his domain.
They clog this place, or they linger above. Regardless, they wail and rage. It seems utter madness to violate this place. But now I know he longs to escape, or perhaps only to avenge himself on Tuamawai. Perhaps your arrival is the Hunter God's reply.
Gallowayne actually warned me away. He sent you a giant lizard instead.
Then he has decided to punish us all. Strange to have so little time after having had so much. Wahami's grip on the flow of souls must be loosened. After that, well, you are a watcher. I hope that you know more of these things than I do, and can repair the damage the Slaying Face has wrought.
I wouldn't say that I know more. I just kind of follow my gut whenever things like this is involved.
Axika, the Seeking Face, also resides in this place. She may know how best to handle Wahami. If not, then the Slaying Face will certainly understand violence. Indeed, I'm sure he'd prefer it.
Answer some questions for me. I'm still trying to make sense of this.
It would be stranger if all of this seemed normal to you. How may I enlighten?
I wish to know more more of this place.
Tuamawai's realm is not easily understood. Ask, and I will attempt to explain.
The soul sits almost motionless, awaiting your questions in tranquil silence. This is Tuamawai's realm. Where is Tuamawai?
Do you not see his ribs, his eyes, his blood? This place is Tuamawai.
Haruka spreads out their arms, their head tilted back. Typo there. This titled back.
I wonder if this is what those souls all reaped up by Gone feel like.
His presence surrounds us. Listen, and you will hear his roars and purrs. But since the shattering of the spine of souls, he has grown quieter.
Are we inside the pool of memories?
We are within the heart of the Crucible. The pool of memories was simply the entry. If you are trying to figure out where you are, the closest answer is that your soul resides within the statue of the faces of the hunt.
I think that means we can summon up a fight? Wait, we ain't a talking statue too now, are we?
What exactly do you do here that serves your god?
Our task is to sing the Crucible into action, providing the means for a true contest of skill.
Pretty sure this one's not telling you the whole truth, Watcher.
Constantine narrows his eyes, scrutinizing Iruka.
Though we conjure opponents for the contest, we do not control them, nor interfere in battle. To meddle would defeat this place's purpose. How can we say the best hunter is the best if the hunt is staged?
I need to know more about you and the others who dwell in this place.
Then ask, and perhaps I can lead you to clarity.
The soul sits almost motionless, waiting your question in tranquil silence. So when Humari spoke of the souls being out of harmony, she was sensing the three of you squabbling.
I suspect she sensed the disruption in the flow of souls after Wahami made his mark.
Iruka points to the fractured Adra pillar.
I fear the slow death of this place, or the wrathful return of Toamawai, should the spine remain broken.
Exactly how many of you are in here?
All who die in the Crucible pass through this place. But only the three of us, Wahami, Axika, and I, remain to honor the Hunter God. Since Wahami damaged the pillar, I have spotted momentary glimpses of other souls. Lost, wayward, and transient. I imagine this will continue until the souls can properly return to the wheel.
Were there other faces before you arrived?
No. Always the three of us. I can't recall a time without the others. Perhaps Wahami believes he can burden you with his role as the slaying face and escape this place. I assumed such a thing impossible, but he's determined to try.
I've heard enough.
Tuamawai guide your hunt.
Iruka's form blurs into a soft light and departs towards the southwest.
What now?
The flow of mist and water is wrong here. It's going up. Alright, I'm going to call it here. Next time we'll continue through Tuamawai's den and meet with the Seeker and Slayer. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.